Okay, rolling. Cut. No, take 3. Action. Okay. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Oh my gosh. Shabbat Shalom, friends, folks, fellow disciples. Greetings from the Mary Valley in Queensland. I'm tuning in here from Kandanga. Sitting on the floor in my home and just felt like I should start doing this idea that's been playing in my mind, which is to make a little short video each week or whenever I get the unction, just to share a bit of an update about what's happening in my world of trying to be a follower of Yeshua, Messiah, and what's been happening in my pocket of disciple making. So I've got 2 quick stories to share with you from this week. The first is last week I went to visit my dad. He lives on the Gold Coast, and the purpose of my visit was that I've been praying for him for quite just a lot for the last few weeks, and I wanted to see whether there was any chance that I could share the word with him, have a spiritual conversation with him. He had seemed to me in the last few conversations that we'd had just kind of had a softening in his life, and so I wanted just to see where that might go. Anyway, Wednesday night, I told him earlier that evening I'd like to talk to you after I put the boys to bed. I put them down, and then Dad and my stepmum were watching some television, and then Micah woke up about 8 o'clock. He had become more unwell than I realised that afternoon, and we were awake all night, really. So my chance to talk to Dad went out the window. The next day I did have a go at speaking with him, and he is 75 years of age, and he said he never thinks about God. But then he said something interesting to me. He said, I used to run around with some Pentecostals, and I've never heard that. Anyway, what I said to him was, Dad, I've been reading the Word, and I've learned some stuff about God and about Jesus, and there's some really important things in the Word that I'd like to talk to you about. And then he said to me, oh, you should have gone to one of those Pentecostal groups. Anyway, it was after that he told me he had run around with some of them at some point. We got interrupted by, first of all, my child, and then my stepmom came up the stairs, and she'd been going to look for some keto recipes for me. I am trying to eat keto at the moment, and so then she sort of came in, and anyway, the whole thing just went to the wayside. But I was feeling a bit despondent initially, but then as I was driving home, I was just praying for my dad again, and the Holy Spirit just comforted me and said, it's a start. And I sensed him just showing me the things to pray for, and to pick that conversation up next time. Yesterday, my uncle passed away, and it's been a bit of a stirring for my father, because my uncle is not my father's brother, it's my late mother's brother. So my mother passed away when I was only 7 years of age, and my poor dad has, I don't think, ever really healed from that. when I was 18, 19, and I might share a little bit about my testimony on another video, but I met the Lord when I was that age, and He has so slowly healed my life of all different things, including losing my mum, and continues to. Anyway, my dad hasn't had that intimacy with the Lord yet, so I'm praying that that will happen for him, that he will find healing and comfort when he meets the Lord. Probably go to the funeral with him, go and pick him up and take him to the funeral. I don't know when that will be, but I'll keep you posted on my efforts to engage my dad in a spiritual conversation. And would you pray for my dad with me, that he would encounter the Lord? More than that, before that I should say, that he would begin to get a stirring and a hunger and an interest and enough humility to begin to inquire of the Lord. What is your word for me? What's your message to me? Alright, 6 minutes 30, so I'll sign off for now, but that's my story for this week. And if you would like prayer of any kind, please send me a message. I'll put my details in the link below. And signing off from a disciple, an Aussie disciple